Prashant, should we expect something incremental because the past policies have not worked? Or should this time, the Finance Ministry and the RBI together come up with some dramatic measures?
I think many people would hope it's the latter, but without going into what exactly that may be, what we can do very quickly before we play out what the Finance Minister said is actually look at what has been used so far. So, in use have been essentially two things. One is what's called S4A, which is the Scheme for Sustainable Structuring of Stressed Assets. Has that been successful? Well, consider this, in the infrastructure side, we've had actually two cases. One is HCC and the other is what our colleague Ritu reported, GVR Infra, which have actually gone through this process. The one problem which many actually talk about, which many bankers, if you speak to, say, is that this scheme needs tweaking for it to actually work better. And one of the big tweaks which bankers want is that the sustainable portion of the debt, they argue, should also be allowed to give a moratorium on the sustainable portion. Forget the unsustainable portion, which has to go on deep restructuring, etc. That is one. That's S4A, which bankers say has to be tweaked. The other is strategic debt restructuring. I mean, I think here we all can kind of agree. The basic idea was to boot out the existing promoters and get new promoters. But, well, where are the new promoters at this point in time? So I think these have been the two schemes. So will we see some incremental changes, some big changes with these schemes, or will we see something, in a way out of the box? But let's hear out what the Finance Minister, Arun Jaitley, said yesterday.
Wait for the next couple of days. There is some policy decision between the RBI and the government which we've taken, which we will implement, which will certainly have to put the adequate pressure on people to settle. If you look at the whole structure, there are enough instruments available for settlement as far as the banking system is concerned, the RBI circulars.
Okay, that's the